From the back and to the side, to the front, turn it.
Oh, I love. Play my song, because this is my dipping low in the seat, not wanting to hear it loud and just right. Shout out to Trillville. Oh, this right here. Definitely too old to be leaning like this, but I just can't help it. And I know the words too. I'll be in the car after I drop the baby off, leaning low. You pull up next to me next to a light, you'd be like, look at Miss Wendy. I'll be snapping my neck, biting my bottom lip. All right. Sipping my Dunkachino. It's a damn thing. Oh, yeah. Alcohol. In the mall. Do it all. Oh, yeah. Oh, stop. Come on. It's ridiculous. I did have white wine, though, the other night at the Cheesecake Factory. I'm starting to grow up. Okay?
Starting.
I mean, I'm just thinking I'm not supposed to be Trillvilling it and, brown juicing it up. At some point or another, I think my tastes are supposed to refine. I did have white wine, though, I actually gave it a try, and I liked it. It was light, and by the time dinner was finished, I was lightheaded. I said, oh, this does the trick, too. Yeah. And, I'll tell you what it is. Summer's coming, and, you can drink up all your dinner calories in drinks. And while I've always known that, I've just become really very conscious of that, because there'll be days that I'll go and I won't eat anything at all. I know I'm on LA weight loss, but I also got Wendy's weight loss, and it just means eat nothing. Have an air sandwich and an air glass of water. That's it. But then I'll ruin it all, because I'll go out and I'll drink like martini after martini at like 300 and 400. And sometimes they put too much apple pucker in the drink, and you can just taste the calories in the syrup and stuff. Then you start grabbing peanuts at the bar, and before you know it, it's like 3,000 calories in junk liquor food. So I figure the white wine, that's like 100 calories per glass. You can have 3 glasses. That equals one, martini.
And a nice high.
Yeah, and a nice buzz. And you look sophisticated doing it. and a wine glass cups the liquor better than a martini glass that spills all over my... every time I come back from the bar, my wrists are sticky. Give me that song again. Yeah, I got that the Trillville CD in my changer in my car. And they're just particular days. Look, you go to the... Oh, shoot. Here I go. The website for the hot T-shirts. Harlem Hottie, please write this down. SassyCouture.com. But Sassy-Couture. SASSY dash. And then COUTU. Oh, what's up? All right. You know it. Oh, shoot, there's my honor cell. Straighten up. Yeah. Does that ever happen? You see somebody at the light, you're like lamping. Remember when you used to drive your parents' car? You know what I'm saying? When you first got your license, you'd be driving their car and you'd be lamping in their car, and then one of their friends would pull up next to you, You'd sit up, you put your Newport out, you know what I'm saying? Act right, tell your friends in the seat next to you, duck. There's my nosy Aunt Marilyn. Duck. Hi, Aunt Marilyn. Just joking. Shout out to Eva and Missy. The New York Daily News has called my office about 45 minutes ago, and they wanted me to add, they wanted me to repeat, anyway, about you all's relationship. And I said, now, like and shout out to the Daily News. Right now, you all are on everybody's S list with that lottery. But since I don't play the lottery, as far as I'm concerned, you're all right with me. You all do need to pay out, though. You do need to pay out. You're dead wrong. But your gossip, I like your gossip page. So I'm sorry, lottery players. I roll with the Post and the News and the USA Today, the purple section. What is that, the Life section in the USA Today? That's the purple section. But they're about to do a story on Missy and Eva, and they wanted my input. And I love you, Daily News, but it goes down here on the radio show. You know what I mean? Well, and it is what it is. Can a player just keep in touch? Oh, yeah. Hi, Madam Butterfly. How you doing? Wendy, you sound moody today. I believe you need a sister slap back to reality. We still love you. No, you know what it is? The knees are tight on my jeans. They're straight legs, but my legs are so big.
Are they cutting circulation?
Yes, on my right knee particularly. Yes, exactly. And it's really weird. Not on the waist or, through the behind or the crotch or anything, but on my knees, they're straight, like they're literally so straight they turn inside out when I pull them off. Do you have jeans that are that straight? And they're cutting off the circulation on my right knee. I just keep my leg propped up. That's what the moodiness is about. Ow. Damn, that's what it is. All right, so the Game is about to have his movie come out about his life. See, I'm thinking, don't we want to see him a little in the Game a little bit more before we care to go to the movies and see his movie? No disrespect, Game, but I'm just feeling like everything's happening so fast, although I understand Game's premise too. Here today, gone tomorrow. You could be here this spring and go and yesterday's news by the fall. Do you know what I mean? So go on, Game. He's got the Millionaires Boys Club. That's the name of his movie, and it debuts in the summer. It is his big screen debut, and it's loosely based on his life there in Compton. Wyclef is in it, and Tyson Beckford is in it, and Bryce Wilson. He's fine. He's in it too. And Michael K. Williams, friend to the show from The Wire, is in it. And Game shares what he calls a sexy love scene with Shari Headley.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Friend to the show. Wow. And I love her sister. So this is what Game says about Shari. She was real. 4 reals. Fun to work with. It was my first sex scene. It wasn't real sensual. It was kind of rough and rugged. And he's in talks with the people for an upcoming movie called The Reaping. He'd be co-starring with Oscar winner Hilary Swank. Yeah, well, screw up your face if you want, but that's how fast things happen sometimes these days. Oh, come on. You know what I'm saying? Game might as well capitalize. If that shootout did this for him, then ride until the wheels fall off, Game. And Shari, I know you have a little affection for rappers. We all remember you were married to one of the Kid and Plays. Play.
Ow.
All right. They got married on Fire Island, honey. Fire Island. All right. Famed vacation spot for every gay man known to gay kind. And, like, how do you approach your fiance with that? I'd like to get married on Fire Island. Shari, what did you do when he said that to you? I mean, did you plan the wedding? And so then you said to him, you know what, honey? You really seem to like Fire Island, and I'm not choosy about where we get married. Let's get married on Fire Island. And she walked down the sand, and he was flamethrowed down the sand. Oh, boy. And then they went on to be married. They have a beautiful child together. And then he fell into some sort of relationship with his pastor, where he, I didn't say that. I said some sort of relationship.
Oh.
Honey. All right. And then she discovered everything, and the jig was up. And you know what? I do believe if Shari Headley came in on the show, and if her son was not in town, like if she sent him, to visit, his father or something like that, where he wasn't in the listening zone, and we opened up a bottle of white wine, she'd talk.
I bet he would too.
No, because he gave up all that lifestyle. Once he got close with his pastor and the church, honey. But she did have him thrown in jail for child support. He was locked up. Anyway, so I say all that to say, Shari, you are one of those. You're a MILF. You know what I mean? You take it easy with those rapper boys in this movie. And Shari, you've been there once. You don't need to do it again. Stay away from Tyson Beckford. Oh. If you know what I'm saying. Wow. Yes. Don't need that going down again. All right, let's move on. Remember she played Mimi on All My Children? Yeah, good old Shari Headley, and then Coming to America. So anyway, here I was going to finish, just to close this out. A group of rapists and date rapists in prison were interviewed on what they look for in potential victims. And so there are 16 facts that these guys have stated. And I went from 1 to 10 yesterday, so I have 6 more to go. And so when I did them, then I got this fax from Terry. And Terry said, Wendy, regarding the list pertaining to rape, let me tell you, once I was about to get raped and I told the rapist, thank you, it's been so long, especially since I got the monster. No one wants to have sex with me. Needless to say, Wendy, he ran away. And happy birthday to Terry's friend, Deborah Norwood. Yeah. All right, so here's number 11, girls, because, as soon as the snow stops falling, we're taking our clothes off and walking around outside, and people are looking. If someone is coming towards you, hold out your hand in front of you and yell, stop, or stay back. Most of the rapists said that they leave a woman alone if she yelled or showed that she would not be afraid to fight back. Again, they're looking for easy targets. Here's number 12. If you carry pepper spray, yell, I have pepper spray, and hold it out. It'll be a deterrent. So you can't have it, but it's buried at the bottom of your Coach bag. You know what I mean? You got to have it, clamped in your fingers and hold it out. Pepper spray, like that, and you yell. Number 13, if someone grabs you, you can't beat them with strength, but you can by outsmarting them, it says. If you're grabbed around the waist from behind, pinch the attacker either under the arm, between the elbow and the armpit. Oh, yeah, that's a tender area. This is where my mother used to grab us. Come here. Yup, right here. Right on the inside of your arm right here. It's tender. Yeah. Pinch them. Pinch the hell out of them. Here's number 14. We only have 30 seconds left on the break. All right, I'll get to number 14, 15, and 16. And we're going to go on and gossip. And I do have to talk to you about Charlie and Denise. Plus, the war between Vivica and Tyra. And so much more as the Wendy Williams experience continues. Thank y'all.
I'm looking for a type of job in which I can teach females how to give good professionals. I'm very interested in that. I'm very good at it.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus is back in Madison Square Garden, March 24th through April 10th. Join WBLS Night at the Circus, April 2nd, featuring a WBLS live performance immediately following the circus. Purchase your tickets now at Arena Box Office, Ticketmaster, or call 212-307-7171 to charge by phone. Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus at 107.5 WBLS. Now that's what's up. Now that's what's up. Why did I say that at the end? How corny did that sound? Now that's what's up. You know what? It was in the script. The person who's they write the commercials and then we read them as the jocks, and they put that at the end. Why did I say that? Now that's what's up. Anyway, BLS 107.5, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. And don't forget, we are the home of the Pick Your Pleasure contest. Every morning at 7:15, every afternoon at 12:15, and every evening at 6:30. You hear the sounder. We give you a choice of three. This person just, 3 luxurious prizes. This person just sent a fax that says, mind your ugly business, but keep talking. You schizo. Crazy. Thank you for listening. You ugly too. But keep listening. I love you. Shout out to Ben and Eddie at B&B Jewelers over in Wayne, New Jersey. Right next to the Home Goods. Love it over there. Tonight is the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience. It's at the Laugh Factory in Times Square. The snow is stopped. The drinks are still cold. Oh my gosh, it hasn't stopped. It's just refined. What is that? Is that rain? What is that? It really won't matter after 2 drinks. So I'll see you all tonight at the Laugh Factory. The jokes are great. Capone is the funniest man on the face of the earth. Capone is the gangsta of comedy, and he hosts. I go up and I say hi. Art is going to be there tonight. Art's going to go up and say hi. I think you're going to do a routine about some nasty toe is a toe mess. Ken Black, he's a usual, and then the comedians just fall through. We've had Tony Rock fall through. We've had Carrot Top fall through. Jamie Kennedy fall through. Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, but he lamped in the back. He didn't want to tell jokes. He just wanted to take his poach jokes from other comedians. Charlie Murphy come through and tell jokes. Celebrities aren't guaranteed. We don't guarantee anything except for cold drinks and lots of laughter.
Fried chicken. And
macaroni and cheese and collard greens in the back. Oh, it is what it is. Come one, come all. And it's like the United Nations in there. There's old people. There's young people. Oh, you got to be 21 or older. There's old people. There's young people. There's people who've been married for 50 years. People on their first date. There's black people, white people, Asian people, Indian. It's fun. It's fun. Come and check it out tonight. The doors open up at 8 o'clock. The Laugh Factory is on 8th Avenue at 42nd Street. The parking is right next door, so it's not like a big to-do as far as walking on your heels. And the jokes start at 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock, the doors open. I'll be there tonight by 8 o'clock. I'll be sitting in the corner in my usual spot, drinking a white wine and reading my People magazine. And finger waving and high-in. And if you have a book, I'll sign that too. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And then, that's tonight. And then on Friday, the WBLS live broadcast, which I'm going to be hosting, is from Mount Vernon. There's a place in Mount Vernon called Lounge 42. It's a relatively new place. It's on 42 West Broad Street in Mount Vernon. We're doing a pair of diamond earrings for a giveaway to the sexiest woman, of which I will not be judging that because I'm not going to get caught up in that. The first 150 ladies are free. Doors open up at 11 o'clock. It's a grown and sexy affair. Doesn't mean that you have to wear a suit, but it does mean hard bottom shoes. Men. Ladies, we already know that. Nobody going nowhere in no damn Reeboks. You know what I'm saying? But men, sometimes you all don't quite get it. We don't want to see that at the grown and sexy party. We want to meet men who wear hard bottoms and drink brown juice. All right, so I'll see you all in Mount Vernon on Friday. And one more thing before this break is over. Who wants to see Denzel as Julius Caesar? I've got a telephone number. I got to tell you, this is not yet sold out, but this is about to be the hardest ticket to get in town. I got mine already. WBLS is welcoming Denzel Washington back to Broadway. He's going to be in Julius Caesar. It's going to be at the Belasco Theater, which is on 111 West 44th Street, and he's there now through June 12th. Here is the telephone number. This is the must-see Broadway event of the year. Trust. 212-239-6200. Denzel's going to be on the stage. Who knows who you'll be sitting next to in the audience? Every Diddy, Paula Abdul, Goldie and Kurt. Everybody's gonna be. It's gonna be celebrity spottings like crazy just in the audience. Get a ticket. You'll be the envy of your block. 212 239-6200 for Denzel on Broadway. And we're going to continue on, and that's what we're going to do.
Lots of Toyota models, hundreds of choices, dozens of options.
Oh, I'll be right there. I was socializing and buying candy. I was looking for some Twizzlers. I was too embarrassed to ask anybody to go get them for me. They didn't have Twizzlers. They had Mike and Ike's, all kind of crap in the machine. Unsalted mixed yogurt stuff. Excellent. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody. Thanks so much for being here today, for real. So, this person said, Wendy, I missed the Will Smith story. Could you repeat it? Oh, I threw the lyrics away. Will, if these are Will's lyrics, there's a song where he's supposed to be dissing Eminem. If I can remember how the headline went. Yeah, Will Smith has a new song that he's going to put on his new album. It's supposed to be dissing Eminem, but it's more like dissing Wendy Williams. And anybody who disses Wendy Williams is all right with me. The lyrics are as followed. And then the person went on to print out all the lyrics. It was from like the Associated Press or a gossip website or something like that, or something from off the internet. Anyway, and I skipped over the Eminem part and just went right to me, find out what he's saying. And basically what he said was that, you keep talking, I'm going to buy your radio station and send you home. And, you're climbing a tree that you can't reach or something like that. Anyway, whatever. And so, remember there was a blind item that was done by, I forgot who did the blind item, but I assumed that it was me also. Talking about, an A-list actress and is upset because a shock jock based out of New York talks about her husband, and she's trying to get her A-list friends to get the shock jock thrown off the radio station. But now that we're in LA on KKBT, I suspect that's the radio station they're trying to get me thrown off of, because now I'm in their hood. And whatever, Will. And tell Dwayne Martin I said, how you doing? That's your good friend.
How you doing?
All right. So everybody, this is what I was going to tell you about. Gosh, as soon as I got up to go get the candy. Did I finish with the rape tips? No, I didn't. I'm going to finish this because this is really important. Okay. So we already talked about number 13. If somebody grabs you from behind, pinch their arm right here between the shoulder and the elbow. That skin on the inside is real tender. If you pinch yourself right now, you want to die, and you only pinch a little bit. So imagine, you pinch them. Number 14, after the initial hit, always go for the groin. They say, I know from a particular unfortunate experience that if you slap a guy's parts, it's extremely painful. You might think that you'll anger the guy and make him want to hurt you more, but the thing these rapists told our instructors is that they want a woman who will not cause trouble. So start causing trouble, and he's out of there. And if you'll remember what I told you yesterday about rapists, which I also found very interesting, is that the stats are that only 2% of them carry a weapon. Because carrying a weapon, if you get caught raping, is 15 to 20 years in the stretch, as opposed to if you raping and there's no weapon, it's a 3 to 5 year stretch. So they don't mess around with. So really, it's just everybody, whoever's nicest with their mitts and their mouth wins. So you scream, you punch, you scratch, you pinch, you kick in the nuts. Number 15, when the guy puts his hand on you, grab his first 2 fingers. Let me try this, and bend them back as hard as possible. And hear the knuckle crack. You'll hear it crack audibly. Nobody's trying to grab that precisely.
That's hard to do.
Isn't it easier just to gouge at his eyes and punch him in the face? Just do what your instincts say. Kick him in the nuts and run. And number 16, they say, of course, the things we always hear still apply. Always be aware of your surroundings. Take someone with you If you can, if you see any odd behavior, don't dismiss it. Go with your instincts. You may feel a little silly at times, but you'd feel much worse if the guy was really trouble. I have a ritual here in this building. I don't ride an elevator with a man by himself. Like if I'm in the lobby, we go 41 floors up. The elevator takes like 15 freaking minutes because it stops. It's a very busy office building and we're in the penthouse. So if I'm in the lobby and there's a man, just me and a man, and I don't care, he could look like, Captain Kangaroo. I'm not getting in the elevator with him. So I go into the candy store and buy some candy and wait, for him to get on the elevator and get my candy, and then I come back out. Now, if I'm in an elevator and there's like 10 people in it, and we have more than like 5 more floors to go up, and everybody gets out, but I'm left in there just with a man, I'll get out on a floor and then wait for another car and go up. Yeah. The raper, the raper is not what you think he looks like. The raper could be anybody. So, but, and the biggest thing, ladies, from yesterday is pay attention. I know the cell phones are so distracting, and especially the raper sees you from afar. Not only are you talking to the cell phones, but you're animated with your hands. So it's like they can see that you are visually really into your conversation. And that's when they come up from behind you and they grab you. And they get you. So be careful out there, because Puffy signed the little boy from Mario from American Idol. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, there's rumblings, and they're louder than ever. They were just rumbling behind the scenes of American Idol, but now they're loud. That Mario Vasquez is about to get his record contract going on with Puffy. And here's what Puffy says pertaining to it. I can't discuss that right now. We're hopefully about to announce our plans for our next era, I guess, of Bad Boy. Mario is 27 and ripe. What? I just said and ripe. And when he withdrew from Fox, American Idol, he blamed unspecific personal reasons. Mario, you'd probably get released faster if you just went with American Idol, because Puffy don't release nobody. He'll sign you up and hold you up. Although now that he's got his little programming deal with MTV, did you guys hear about that? So he's like one of those little, sign off on new shows, and they trust him. He's like not an employee, but he's like a figurehead at MTV now. He brings them new projects and all like that. They like the success of making of the band. So maybe it'll be the making of Mario's career after American Idol. Would you guys watch this? Do you know him enough? Would you watch? Well, that's art. In the meantime, he's back. Oh, damn!
Sex and fun, drugs, sex and fun, drugs, sex and fun, drugs.
The Wendy Williams Experience.